or pair of mutually exclusive events means AI intersection AJ is empty for all I not equal to j, then the probability of their union is actually the sum of their probability. So these three is known as axioms of probability, and this now in the modern era, this is the approach of probability we are using to deal any system. So then, once again, I want to remind you what is a random variable. Random variable is a function from the set of sample space to the set of real number. And if the range set of the random variable contain only finite or countable number of elements, then it is called a discrete random variable. And this is Rx is represent the range of the set of the random variable X. These are the value taken by the random variable capital X. And then I talk about event. So if I have already one random variable capital S, capital X, and this is the value taken by the random variable like x1, x2, xk. So on the basis of this, I can define event. So this bracket is known as event, and this bracket is actually, if in general, is like this. So meaning of this bracket is actually this. That is, I am considering those sample points from the sample space for which the x image of the sample point is this particular x. So it's a one event A. If I change xk by x1, then another event. So instead of writing event as a subset of the sample space capital S, I write this notation, and in this course I will use this notation to represent the event. And you know that the meaning of this notation is actually this one. अभी शुरू हुआ है 2 बजे खत्म होगा.
उसके बाद घर चले मत जाना.
लंच के लिए तो जाऊंगा ना, मेरी लंच और मैंने क्लास लगा रखी है.
गलत बात है लंच.
इन्होंने लगाई है ऐसे ईसी और सीएससी कंबाइन करने के लिए.
अच्छा तुम ये मुझे मारवाओगे क्या? नोटिस भेजता नहीं ये
तो टाइम टेबल
है वो सब भेज नहीं रहे हो यार.
मैं तुम्हें इस क्लास के खत्म होते ही भेज दूंगा.
प्रोसीड्यूर तो बताओगे, डीन से अप्रूवल लेना पड़ता है.
कोई अप्रूवल पहले मुझे बोला तो था ना. 1 मिनट रुको, म्यूट कर दो.
नहीं मैं एक अपना मर्जी बना के भेज दिया, बाद में पता चला उन लोग ऑब्जेक्ट कर.
Okay, I think I am audible again, and we were discussing about the events, and like in throughout this course, this is the event, and the meaning of this is this one. Even though if we have here less than equal to, we are here less than equal to. If we are having here greater than equal to, we are having here greater than equal to. So depending on this type, we will define this bracket accordingly. Okay, and this is the probability mass function. Like if you already known your random variable is discrete random variable with this range set, then the probability of all these points is known as the probability mass function, like probability that capital X equal to xk. So here either this bracket or this bracket, both are same. Actually, this bracket and this bracket representing the same event, and in explicitly this is one. So if I write this, it is actually explicitly representing this. And finally, I am calculating the event of this, probability of this event here. And this is known as probability mass function. Examples are already discussed with you. Now we have this, if you remember the last class, last Wednesday class, we were discussing special type of distributions. We have already discussed this Bernoulli distribution, and I told you that Bernoulli distribution is taking only two discrete values. One is 1 and another one is 0. And the probability of taking 1 is p and probability of taking 0 is 1 minus p. So this is the probability mass function of the Bernoulli distribution. And in in exam, I will write like this. This is X Bernoulli with parameter P, where P is the probability of success. And this is the Bernoulli random variable. So you have to remember this definition. And then I plotted this probability mass function against the value of range set like 0 and 1. And I know that for 1 I am having P, and for 0 I am having 1 minus P. So this already discussed, and then this geometric distribution is already discussed. The probability mass function of geometric distribution is this one, and this is the notation I will use, and you have to remember this one with parameter P. Then with binomial distribution is also discussed. In binomial distribution, we are having two parameters. One is n, another one is p, where p is the probability of occurring head or success, and n is the number of times the experiment executed. Then out of n number of times, I will get success k times. That is actually binomial distribution, and the probability is given by this. So here my experiment is like that. I am having some experiment, and in experiment I'm tossing of a coin, I say, and occurring of head out of n tosses. So it means the range set cannot go beyond n, because I am repeating tossing of a coin n times. So the range of I'm mapping any event, like if head comes, then I map. So out of this n times, how many times I will get head, that is actually k. So this is the way I define my random variable x in the case of binomial distribution. That out of n repeated execution of coin, how many times I will get head. Maybe I will get 0 time head, 1 time head, or 2 time head, or n time head, but not go beyond. And since this is the probability, and we have already discussed this one also in the last class. So this is the probability mass function for this binomial random variable with parameter n and p. nck, this is actually nck combination, if you remember. nck means n factorial divided by k factorial, and the denominator also n minus k factorial. So n combination k. Then we have proved this theorem also in the last class. Like if you have one random variable which is binomial kind, another one is y is also binomial kind, and you have taken these two are independent also. If these two are independent, then you have created a new random variable which is x plus y, and you have to find what is the probability mass function of this new random variable z. And this is the proof from here. And we have already discussed this proof also in the last class. And finally, we found that z is a binomial with m plus n comma p parameter. Okay. Now we move to another, and this I told you to, you can leave this distribution like Pascal. If you want, you can read, but I will not ask from this in exam. This Pascal and hypergeometric distribution. Now another important distribution is Poisson one. This distribution. So this distribution is one of the most widely used probability distribution. It is used in scenarios where we are counting the occurrence of certain events in an interval of time or space. So in particular, like number of students joining the class from 1 to 2. So it may be 0 student will join, or maybe all 70 students may join, or if I spread the link through the all over, maybe any number of students join. So I don't know whether how many number of students join within the, so this within the specific time. So here, like one example is that suppose we are counting the number of customers who visit certain store from 1 to 2 p.m. So you know that in 1 to 2 p.m. maybe one customer or zero customer, or maybe 100, or maybe 1,000, or maybe infinitely many customer may come within this time 1 to 2 p.m. So this like experiment have your like output either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or infinite. So it means the output of this experiment is countably infinite. Based on the previous data, like someday I observed that 1 to 2 p.m. only 15 customers are there who will visit the store. So of course this will be more. There will be more customers someday. That because this is some past days data. So maybe in future more than 50 customers may visit, or maybe less than this also. Maybe 16 or maybe 14 also. So there is some data I observed, and on the basis of this data, I want to develop my probability model. So here we may model the random variable x, showing the number of customers as a Poisson random variable with parameter lambda equals to 15. And let us introduce the probability mass function. So this is the probability mass function of Poisson random variable. Poisson random variable taking range set this one because number of customer may be 0, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe infinite. And this is the notation I will use to represent that x is a Poisson random variable with parameter lambda. This parameter is I already calculated on the previous data, and on the basis of that data I am finding this probability. The probability that like today from 1 to 2 p.m. only one customer am I still audible? Someone say yes. There is internet connectivity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's an internet problem. So where we are like here, not here. Mhm. Okay. So this one is Poisson distribution. So in Poisson distribution, like now here I am writing probability that xk. So you have to understand what I mean by probability that xk. If you remember this, like probability x, and here I am writing xk. You can see now. So here in xk, I am writing k. That is x equal to k. So I am trying to find the k customer within the time 1 to 2 p.m. This is so k customers. So probability that capital X equal to this small k is given by this e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power k divided by k factorial, where k belongs to the range set of the random variable rx 0, 1, 2, 3 billion. And otherwise it is 0. And I already told you in earlier classes also, as this one is a discrete random variable, and we define the probability mass function only the range set points. So here it is given like this, k equal to 1, 2, 3, or 4. And for other point, whether we mention it is 0 or not, it will be acceptable. Okay. Now another question is that I define this as a probability mass function of the random variable, Poisson random variable, whether it is satisfying all three axioms of probability. And you know that there are three axioms of probability like this. First one is probability of A greater than equal to 0 for any event A. Probability of sample space S is 1, and like this. So we will see. So first we see that as lambda is greater than 0, so lambda and k is also 1, 2, 3, something, something. K factorial is also greater than 0, and e raised to power minus lambda is also greater than 0. So all three factors involved here are greater than 0. So it means that this probability is greater than equal to 0 for all for any k ranging from 0, 1 to 3 up to infinity. Now we see the total probability. Total probability, it means sample space. So sample space means like some S is mapped to is, some mapped to this, and so you'll sum the probability of at all these k's like this. Total probability for k belongs to the range set of x, and probability that capital X equal to small k. And probability this one is given by this formula is this one. You can see now here only these are considering this first. This is because this is not useful for a discrete kind of random variable. And here this e raised to power minus lambda is independent of this index of summation k. This will be out. And then it is this one. And then you know that is again it is a by Taylor series. It is the expansion of e raised to power lambda. So you can write e raised to power lambda and you are getting 1. So it means it is satisfying the axioms of probability. Now we will plot some probability mass function pxx with respect to some lambdas like 10, 1, 5. So for 1 we are getting this kind of probability mass function. Like for 1 we are getting higher probability, for 2 we are getting little less, for 3 we are getting, and 4 like the probability that the more number of customers are decreasing, as our previous data suggests that there are only one customer in some previous time. But if I write 5, then this. And if I write 10, lambda, if I 10 is observed, also like this. So this is the way we generate our probability mass function, and we can see that this dot we are writing probability at this discrete point 0, 1, 2, 3 in all the cases, not in between, because it's a discrete kind of random variable. If it is continuous, then we have to define. I told you that if it is continuous random variable, probability at any fixed point is always 0. That we will talk later. Now this is one example. The number of emails that I get in a weekday can be modeled by Poisson distribution with an average of 0.2 email per minute. Okay, so I observed something, and on the basis that this is my statement. Now what is the probability that I get no email in an interval of length 5 minutes? So here I know that there are only 2 emails per minute. But in case 1, we are talking about an experiment in which we are having 5 minutes, length of 5 minutes. So our lambda becomes 5 into 0.2, because per minute we are having 2.2 emails. So in 5 minutes we are fixed like around 1 email. This is the past data. Now we calculate the probability that I will get no email. So the probability of no email, it means that I told this. I told you, this is probability x k e raised to power minus k lambda raised to power k upon k factorial, and k is either 0, 1, 2. So 0 means no customer or no email. So now in this example, he removed this x from here and writing here x equal to k, you can see. So probability that x equal to k, it means x equal to 0. And then from the Poisson distribution is probability that x 0. And 0 is actually k here. So I substitute in that formula e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power 0 upon 0 factorial, and I will get this one. Because in this case lambda is 1. And so this is the probability of getting no email within 5 minutes. Now in second case, what is the probability that I get more than 3 emails in an interval of 10 minutes? So first I estimate my this lambda, and now I am taking about 10 minutes experiment. So 10 into 0.2. So now lambda becomes 2. And I want to know the probability that I get more than 3 emails. More than 3 emails means greater than. So this way. So I have to find this probability that the number of emails is greater than 3. So, and then if you remember the result, I already proved this property also when I am proving the property of distribution function, that this can be equal to this. So 1 minus probability of y less than equal to 3. And y is the number of, here why we are having x and y, because x is the random variable within the interval of 5 minutes, and now I am using another variable capital Y for the another interval. Okay. So probability of y less than equal to 3, less than equal to 3 means it can be 0, and it can be 1, it can be 2, and it can be 3 also. And also you know that this occurring 0 email, 1 email, 2 email or 3 email, they are mutually exclusive. Either this can happen or this can happen or this can happen or this can happen, but they all not happen simultaneously. So they are mutually exclusive. That means they are disjoint. So sum of their probability can be, the union of their probability is actually the sum of their probability by you are using your here axiom 3. So from this you have written like this, and then you use your formula in the Poisson e raised to power minus lambda for k equal to 0, for k equal to 1, like this, and we are getting this for k equal to 0, for k equal to 1, for 2 and 3, and then finally this one after simplification. So this is the probability that I will get more than 3 email within an interval of 10 minutes. Now, actually this Poisson distribution is an approximation of binomial distribution. What we do here, like if we assume this probability of success in binomial distribution is lambda by n for some n, lambda greater than 0. So if I increase, like here I am executing the experiment n times in binomial, but if I tending this n to infinity, so if this n is tending to infinity, it means probability is decreasing. So if probability is decreasing, then we will get this lambda p into n is something close to lambda. So like if in a certain binomial distribution, the probability of success is very less, and the number of time the experiment executed is very high, then we model that case with the help of this Poisson distribution. So here this px equal to k actually for binomial distribution, and they are proving that when this n is tending to infinity, this binomial distribution actually transforming into Poisson distribution. So for the proof you can see here, lambda n goes to infinity, probability that x equal to k. And if you remember, this is the probability mass function of binomial distribution. So for k, it is k here, like n minus k. And earlier there is p, but instead of p, we are having lambda upon n. It is given in this question. and then you apply this definition of combination nck is n factorial upon k factorial n minus k factorial, and so like this you do, and then after simplification you will get these the kind of term. This is 1, this is minus 1, and e raised to power minus lambda, and finally you are having this. So it means binomial Poisson distribution is a limiting case of binomial distribution when p is lambda upon n and n is moving towards infinity. Then there are some examples. You solved example. You see all of them. Okay, let's see one. Let x be a discrete random variable with probability mass function. Like earlier you can see na, in binomial in Poisson, we have some particular definition for each xk. Okay. But here if we are not having uniform distribution, then we write explicitly for every point. And in this example, we are having only like 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points in the range space of capital X. So, and their probabilities are different. So we have written explicitly, and this is the probability mass function of the random variable X. Now find the range of X. So you can see that what is the value X taking 0.2, 0, this. So you will write the range of X. 0.2, 0.4, 0.5, 0.8, and 1. These are the values are taken by the random variable X. Now the probability that X less than equal to 0.5. So we'll see that X less than equal to 0.5 means here equality is there. So this probability, this and this, and they are mutually exclusive. So we can write the sum of their probabilities actually, union of their probabilities actually sum of these like this. And then from this given definition we substitute the value 0.1, this, like this we get. Now find this. So we have to take those x for this greater than 2.5 and less than 2.5. So we will see 2.5 it means 0.4 and less than 7.5 it means 5. So 4.5 only the two sample points belongs here in this domain, and then there again we are using axiom 3 and finally this. So like this we can solve, and you try all these solved example. Then cumulative distribution function. So when in earlier classes I told you that distribution function. So some author used the word cumulative distribution function, and I told you that distribution function is capital F, capital X, small x. This definition I already told you. It is actually equal to probability that capital X less than equal to small x for x belongs to the set of real numbers. So this is the definition of distribution function. Some author use the word cumulative distribution function. So cumulative distribution function or distribution function for any random variable is same. So for example, this example I already discussed with you. I tossed a coin and let x be the number of observed head. Find the distribution function of x. Okay. So how we find is this one. If you remember, we can see that the coin is tossed 2 times. If it is tossed 2 times, wait a minute. X image of this sample point is small x. So if I am talking about my x is 0, so it means I am talking about this event, because this is the only event which is mapped to 0. So it is dt. If 1 is there, if x equal to 1 is there, it means And now I'm talking about two events because HT is also mapped to 1 and TH is also mapped to 1. So I'm getting TH and HT. And the probability of occurring all of these TT, HT, TH or HH is 1 by 4. So the probability of this event is 1 by 4. And probability of this event, because here two sample points are included and both are mutually exclusive, so it is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Okay. So this is the probability, like probability that x equal to 0, it means no head. No head means there is one possibility, TT is the possibility and its probability is 1 by 4. Probability that x equal to 1, it means one head. One head means there are two sample points HT and TH. So the probability of HT and TH is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 equals to 1 by 2. Then two head. Two head means there is only one sample point which is HH and the probability of occurring HH is 1 by 4. So this is your probability mass function for this. Now if I want to know what is its distribution function, and the definition of distribution function is this one: capital F suffix capital X small x equals to probability of capital X less than equal to X. And it is 0. Why? Because in I am taking first this. I am considering in this domain. Like I talked about this through the vertical line. Like this. First case is this when the single point event, double point is not there. So if x is less than 0, so if you can imagine, like your x is less than 0, your x is lying somewhere here, and your this random variable is mapping either 0, 1 or 2. So if you are talking about this interval minus infinity to this x, there is no point on this line of real line which is mapped by x which can have pre-image from the sample space in this through this map capital X. So we can say here, because there is no, because for every x less than 0, there is no point in the sample space for which their x images is less than this x. Okay. Now, when x is greater than 2, if x is greater than 2, so you can see your this x is actually somewhere here. So now your interval is minus infinity to this x, and this x is greater than 2. And here 0 is also there, 1 is also there, and 2 is also there. And whole sample space is actually mapped to these 3 points. So it means the pre-images of this interval, minus infinity to x, contain whole sample space. That's why the probability of this is 1. Now, if x is greater than equal to 0, greater than equal to 0, and less than 1, it means your domain is, this x is now 62, somewhere here. So here means your minus infinity to x contain only 0 as a point which having pre-image like TT. So the probability of that is 1 by 4. And 1 to 2, so you can have this 1 to 2 also. Like if this is 2, then 1 to 2 lies somewhere here. And now x minus infinity to x containing 0 and 1. And 0 is having pre-image TT. 1 is having two pre-images TH and HT. So this interval minus infinity to x containing 3 sample points TT, TH and HT. And all of them having a probability of occurring 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So you are getting 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, you are getting 3 by 4. So you have calculated your distribution function for x less than 0, it is always 0. If your x lies between 0 to 1, it is 1 by 4, 1 to 2, it is 3 by 4, and greater than equal to 2, it is 1. And this is the graph of your distribution function. When x is less than 0, it is 0. 0 to 1 for any x, it is 1 by 4. Any x lies between 1 to 2, it is 3 by 4. And any x greater than equal to 2, it is 1. Then what we have, this result I already proved and I will use also later. So you have to remember this one. Let x be a random variable with the range x. This suppose the probability mass function of x is given by this. So find the distribution function of x. So you can see in this example also. First I check whether it's a probability mass function or not. So I will add all these probability mass function for all case like this. And after adding this, I am getting this, and it's a geometric series, so I am getting 1. So it is, and obviously 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 2 raised to power k is greater than equal to 0 for all k. So this is a probability mass function. Now I have to calculate distribution function. So in distribution function, I know that this is the smallest value on the real line taken by the random variable capital X. So first I consider the domain x less than 1 means minus infinity to 1. So if my x is lies between minus infinity to 1, and I know that this random variable x taking these values on the real line. So for example, okay, so I'm writing just like that. Okay, this is like 1, this is like 2. Okay, and this is somewhere minus infinity. So if x is here, like in this range, so then this minus infinity to x, and here this x is strictly less than 1. And our range set is taking either 1, 2, or 3, or anything else. So you can see now if x is lies between this domain and this x is strictly less than 1, it means there is no real number who has pre-image as an event from the sample space. It means this belongs to the null event. Null event, the probability of null event is 0. Now I am moving my x from 1 to 2. So if I am moving my x from 1 to 2, so now x is actually increasing his range from here to here. Now x is somewhere here. And now minus infinity to this x. So minus, and now x is greater than equal to 1 and less than, strictly less than this 2. So it means it contains the interval minus infinity to this x, and in this interval I am having one sample, one real number which is having some pre-image in the sample space, and that is 1. So if I want to write its probability like this, probability that x equal to 1, and x equal to 1 means I use the definition given in. So probability that x equal to 1, I substitute k equal to 1 here and I will get 1 by 2. Now my x is greater than equal to 2 and strictly less than 3. For this case again, it means now my x moved from here to here. So this is my x, and now I am talking about this interval minus infinity to x. Now this interval minus infinity to x containing 2 points. One is 1, one is 2. And both of them having pre-image in the sample space. So when I have to write the probability of this event, so I will write like this, 1 and 2. So probability that x equal to 1, I use this formula and substitute k equal to 1. Probability that x equal to 2, I use this formula again, and 1 by 2 raised to power 2 is 1 by 4, and I did this like. So in general, if my k x is greater than equal to k and less than equal to k plus 1. So I know that if my x is less than greater than equal to k, so the interval minus infinity to the interval like this is k and this is k plus 1. So x is lies somewhere here. So in minus infinity to x, I am having 1 also, 2 also, 3 also. Up to k, I am having all the real points which are having pre-image in the sample space. So the probability of this event is the sum of all the probabilities like this. And then, am I audible now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, actually there is no electricity na, in the apartment and then so probability that x equal to k, so I substituted here k equal to 1, that is 1 by 2. Um, then k equal to this one, k equal to k is this one, and then I use my geometric series formula, which is this one. So this is the way I calculated. Now, that x greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to 5. How you calculate this probability? And now you have your probability distribution function. You have to remember in your mind that you have calculated your probability distribution function or sometimes a cumulative distribution function. So if somewhere written like this cumulative distribution function or distribution function, so you have to write this capital I mean by capital F, capital S suffix capital X bracket small x. Okay, we will go to the B part. So the B part is this: x greater than equal to greater than 2 and less than equal to 5. So if you remember the result, now I told you this result. I already proved in previous classes, one of previous class, that probability that x greater than a and less than equal to b is equal to this one. Here less than equal to is important. If it is not less than equal to, then it is something else. And it is strictly greater than. So x is strictly greater than a and less than equal to b. I am having this one. And here x is greater than 2 and less than equal to 5. So I will use this formula. Fx5 minus Fx2. So here 5 is B, X is A, and I use that result. And this capital F is our cumulative distribution function or distribution function. And I have obtained the formula for this one. For any X lies between K and K plus 1, this is the formula 2 raised to power K minus 1 by 2 raised to power K. So once I put 5, so I will get something like 2 raised to power 5 minus 1 upon 2 raised to power 5. So 2 raised to power 5 is 32, minus 1 is 31 divided by 2 raised to power 5, this one. And for this 2 raised to power 2 minus 1 divided by 2 raised to power 2. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4 minus 1, 3 divided by 4. So this is the probability. So this is the way we'll use the result. So here you have used the property of distribution function, that this probability can be calculated with the help of probability distribution function or cumulative distribution function by using this result, this. Okay, but in this book they have also shown that we can directly also calculate like this. But if in exam I will not provide you this one and I provided you only fx, like I have provided you the distribution function, not the probability mass function, then you are bound to use this probability because you don't have these probability. And then if you don't remember this result, then there may be a problem. If you remember, then you can, this can be used and we can calculate this way. But here I am having both the facility, this distribution function and probability mass function also. So this is also can be used, like because 2 and 3, there are 3 integers are coming, 3, 4, 5. So I strictly write, and I know that the probability is 1 by 2 raised to power 3, 1 by 2 raised to power 4, 1 by 2 raised to 5, after simplification 7 by 32. And now this is again the probability that x greater than 4. So it is greater than 4, and you know that it is not possible to add 4, 4, 5, 6, 10, infinity. So we always use this result. And I also proved this one in earlier classes. Probability that x greater than small x is equals to 1 minus probability x less than equal to small x. So here small x is 4. And I know from the definition of this, because this is an event, x less than equal to x, small x is 4. So this is an event, and probability of x less than equal to x is actually the distribution function. This is the way I defined the distribution function, the first line. You know, na, this is the way. The probability that x less than equal to x is actually f of x. So this is the way we defined our cumulative distribution function in terms of probability. For any x in the real line, if we are able to calculate this probability of the event x less than equal to x, then this probability is known as cumulative distribution function. So I used this definition fx4, and I know that in this question I already calculated that f of xx is actually this one, 2 raised to power k minus 1 upon 2 raised to power k. So in this k is 4. So 2 raised to power 4 minus 1 upon 2 raised to power 4, that is this one. So this is the way we used our distribution function and probability mass function. Next we have expectation. Okay. So like what is expectation? Like you have remember your probability or statistics, I think your ninth and 10th. In ninth and 10th, like certain data is provided to you, like x and y, and someone told you to find its mean, someone told you to find its variance, someone told you median and mode. So like instead of writing probability for each and every event, we use a single parameter, and on the basis of those parameter we can talk about our distribution. So one of the parameter is like expectation, and there are variance, mean, median, mode, movements also, rth moment also, and then covariance. Some terms are there that are known as uh, statistics for probability, but one of them is this expectation. So expectation is actually mean or average. Okay. So how we define this is the definition of expectation, and this is actually very useful in your exam or in a later study also, because without this, without understanding of this definition, you are not able to solve any question further. Let x be a discrete random variable. So here I am talking about discrete random variable, but in general, okay, let me restrict myself to discrete. Let x be a discrete random variable with range set this one. So I told you now, if our set is countable, so we can always list like this x1, x2, x3. So if I am having a discrete random variable with the range set this one, the expectation of x is denoted by this one, xi, and the probability at xi. So if I add this infinite sum, because they are infinitely many points now, maybe finite also, it depends on the distribution. So if they are finite, then we will run over finite. If it is infinite, they are infinite. So this is the definition: x probability that x equal at xk. So this one is known as the mean or expected value. Sometime, even though most of the time people use mean as a expected value. So if in exam I told you to find mean of a random variable, then you have to find its expectation. And if expectation, then you know that this is the formula. So you can see like the case of you, if you remember a little bit of statistics there, you find the if like x is something, and if you remember this is the frequency. I'm saying like that. If this is the frequency and this is x, then you how you calculate x into fi divided by summation fi. So here we are having nothing in the denominator, because this is the probability. If I add all the probabilities, I will get one in the denominator. So that's why it's not look like as earlier definition of mean, that summation xi fi divided by summation fi, because here fi is actually probability and the summation of all probability is always one. Okay, so this is the definition of expectation. Okay, this one I want to tell you, this mu x. Mu is actually represent the expectation of x. It means if I told you to find mu x, mu means I'm asking for expectation for the random variable x. So these are the notations. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I use this, or sometimes I use this. So these any if any notation is there, the mean is this one. You have to calculate this. Okay. So like for example, I am calculating the mean or expectation of the Bernoulli distribution. So I give you question like this: X is a Bernoulli random variable with P as a parameter, where P is lying between 0 and 1. Find the expectation of X. So you know that in Bernoulli random variable, there are only two values in the range set of the random variable, 0 and 1. And probability at 1 is P, and probability at 0 is probability at 0 is 1 minus P. Now I told you to find what is expectation of X. So expectation of X, it is, you see the definition, it is Xi and probability of Xi. Okay? So this is Xi. Here Xi is 0 and X another, like you say X0 is 0 and X1 is 1. So 0 and probability at 0, 1 probability at 1. So whatever number of points available in the range set of the random variable, we write each and every point and their probability we multiply and then add for all points of the range set, and whatever sum we will get, that is known as the expectation. Now we go to the geometric one. So this is geometric distribution, and if you remember, it's a geometric P. In geometric distribution, the range set is this one. Even though sometimes I will not tell you this is geometric or something, I will give you this. This is the range set, and this is the probability. Let I told you that x is a random variable with this is a range set, and this is the probability. Find the expectation. Or sometimes what I will do, like I will not tell you what is the range set also. I give this part only. Like this is x is a random variable and its probability mass function is defined by this shaded blue region, like this. Only this line is provided to you, and I told you that x is my random variable with this probability mass function. So then you have to identify what is the range set. So by checking this k, you can easily identify this is the actually creating the range set. 1, 2, 3, all these values are belonging to the range set. So it means, and now I told you to find the expectation. Expectation is this, and by definition, it is xi multiplied with the probability at xi. So that is one into probability at 1, 2 into probability at 2, 3 into probability at 3. So instead of this, here it is written as xk. So how this map you understand this? Like if I defined my xk equal to k, like xk, k for k goes to 1, 2, 3. So xk is a map, actually k. So wherever xk is there, I write k, and then k is moving from 1 to infinity, because from here you can identify that these are the values for the range set. So you will write 1 to infinity, and this you will. So here you have written the xi. Here xi is actually k. Xi is actually I or k, and the probability at k. And the probability at k is this one. And then you see that the index is over k only. So this p is independent of this summation. So it can be go outside. So we will have this one. Now we have to write what is this infinite sum. So from the knowledge, you know that p is a parameter which lies between 0 and 1. So 1 minus p is also lies between 0 and 1. Okay. Now, from our knowledge of a geometric series, we know that if this x is less than 1, this infinite sum is actually equal to this one. And if this is equal to this one, then we can differentiate this because this left hand infinite series is converging to this point within this domain. So we can differentiate term by term or integrate term by term. So I differentiated this term by term, so I will get this within this domain. This result is true within this domain, so I can differentiate like this. After differentiation, you can see that kx raised to power k minus 1 in the left hand side, and here I will get this one. But whatever I am getting here, it is actually close to this one. So here x is replaced by q. So I replace here x by q, and I will get the value of this summation. So 1 upon 1 minus q. And then later here I replace this q by this, because q is actually 1 minus p. So here I write q by 1 minus p, then 1 cancel out, and finally I am having p. So this is the mean of the geometric distribution. Now we have Poisson distribution also. So I have given you that this is the Poisson random variable. Find the mean of the Poisson random variable. So what you will do, you calculate the expectation, and then you write xi. Here this xk is the points from the range space and the probability at these points. But from looking at this, we know that the point on the range space are 1, 2, 3 like k. So xk is actually k, k and probability that x equal to k. And this is the definition of Poisson random variable. For pxk is equals to e raised to power minus lambda, lambda raised to power k upon k factorial. And then in this summation, you can see that this e raised to power lambda is independent of this summation. It will be out, and you are having this one. And again, you can see that for k equal to 0, you will get 0 because this k is involved here. So k equal, it means this summation is actually starting from k equal to 1. And then what you have did, this you put k minus 1 equal to j. That you have used some substitution technique. And then if k minus 1 equal to j, so for k equal to 1, j equal to 0 in there. And for k equal to infinity, you are having infinity. Now, lambda raised to power j plus 1 because k is replaced by this, and in the denominator we are having j factorial. Again, this can be written as lambda k upon j factorial, and this 1 lambda we have taken out. And again, this is the expansion of e raised to power lambda. If you expand e raised to power lambda, you will get this expression, and then finally lambda. So this is the mean of the Poisson random variable. So in general, we remember the mean of the Poisson random variable and binomial random variable. Others we will calculate, but for these we remember. The mean of the Poisson random variable is lambda. Binomial we will take into the next class. Okay. So I stop here now.